And welcome back to the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. The Reds currently in the month of June, going now into the month of July as we are about to hit the All-Star break as Spencer Steer does run into a small, minor 1 to 2 week injury. And after that Spencer Steer injury, we lose 5 straight games. Don't know how that happens. We go to the draft. The number 1 pick is Gaylord Hamill. Hey, looks good. 21 years old, switch hitting first baseman going to the Minnesota Twins. Obviously, we have the 30th pick, though, since we won the World Series. And I'm actually going to take a reliever. Again, we've had troubles with our closing pitching. I'm looking at you, Felix Bautista. I'm getting a guy here in John Crowley who's supposed to be anywhere from an 85 to a 99 overall. And the reason why teams are passing on him is because he's older. He's 22, I believe. And he's a relief pitcher. But with the 30th pick, I will take that. The rest of our picks, I'll be honest, I don't think they're all that great. No way this guy, Lonnie Jones, is only 23 years old, but he looks like he's, 45 and was a movie star in the 70s. This guy, Colt Peck, doesn't look too bad. He's just 21 and his overall is not that high. Ed Carey, 18 years old. It's kind of a dart throw, and the last pick in the draft is Curtis Copen, who's a right fielder who just might be horrible. So we'll see what happens down the line with those guys. We've had our fair share of good draft picks, and let's go to the All-Stars. Who are the All-Stars for the Cincinnati Reds? You look at the pitching staff, no Jose Urquidy. Crazy. And now when you look at the starting lineup, there is not a single Red in the starting lineup. Not Bryce Harper, who's batting 300 and who is 4th in the National League in home runs. Elly De La Cruz is in. Now, I'm happy my guy's an All-Star, but he does not deserve this for the 2nd straight year. Last year, he deserved to be an All-Star. This year, my goodness, batting 257, 17 homers, I don't know. Benson 100% should be the DH. He should be the 2nd DH on roster. Bat 304. There's nothing really to show off the All-Star game. If Pete Fairbanks is going to get traded back to the Rays from the Cubs, don't quite understand how that happened. But anyways, we're going to be taking on the New York Mets here tonight. The Mets pose a record of 44 wins and 52 losses. And for the Reds, of course, they're 58 and 39, well on their way back to the postseason, it appears. Now, we're going to have to make a trade. In the last episode, we called up TJ Sikma. His ERA is 9. In the next episode of the trade deadline, we are going to find our 5th starting pitcher. I don't know who it's going to be, but we're going to find somebody because we cannot keep throwing Valenzuela, Lauder, Sikma, Cortez, these guys who are not able to put the ball over the plate or to limit any damage. We can't keep throwing these guys. So we are going to find a 5th starter at the deadline some way, somehow, as we're taking on the Mets, and Shane Baz will be the pitcher tonight. 3.27 ERA for the starter for New York. And we are underway in Queens as Elly De La Cruz will strike out on a fastball. TJ Friedl comes up on a 3-2 pitch, and Friedl is going to get popped out on a fastball as well. As we take a look at the Reds lineup, a new change in the lineup as it goes De La Cruz, Friedl, Harper, Tucker, Benson, Steer, Gallo, Langeliers, McLean, Joey Gallo, now the everyday first baseman for the Reds, as Bryce Harper goes perfect in the right field. He keeps on doing it. He was snubbed in the All-Star game. He's gonna show the voters what they missed out on. His 21st of the season, 445 feet. Now, the guy starting in the National League over Bryce Harper was from the St. Louis Cardinals in the division, Jordan Walker, who Walker's average, and he get this, less home runs, less RBI, lower average. He was batting around 260 compared to Harper's 301 heading into this game. It's crazy. Anyways, Jose Urquidy comes into this game, 2.89 ERA, 9-6 record in the regular season. Another All-Star snub, but not to the degree of Bryce Harper. And also, Jordan Walker somehow won All-Star Game MVP in the process too, but still, that doesn't mean he should have been in over Bryce Harper. Urquidy gives up a single to Brett Beatty. Now Jazz Chisholm Jr., who's coming over from Miami in his first year here in Queens, will get a single. However, Urquidy bounces back by striking out Francisco Alvarez, and now Brandon Nimmo will get popped out to the catcher in Shea Langeliers. We go on to the top of the 2nd. Of course, Cincinnati with this 1-run lead, and here's the All-Star back-to-back seasons, Will Benson. He'll get popped out to the left fielder, and yeah, Benson and De La Cruz, back-to-back seasons as All-Stars. All the credit to them. Shout out to those guys. Joey Gallo is the new starting first baseman of the Reds. Xavier Isaac just is not cutting it, batting 200. Gallo's been very good off the bench and in fill-in spots this season. He's got a lot of power. I think his glove is a little bit better than Isaac as well at first base. more flexibility as well. Gallo can play third. Gallo can play the outfield if we need him to as well. And yeah, I just haven't been impressed with Isaac so far this season. I'm not going to send him down to AAA, but, you know, I think we can try again with the Xavier Isaac experiment next season. But I think for now, as we officially keep looking forward to the postseason, we want an experienced guy like Joey Gallo out there who, you know, the problem his entire career has been dealing with the strikeouts and keeping that average up. Well, the guy's batting .306 so far this season. So for now, Joey Gallo is that guy in that spot. If we have to, we can always turn to Josh Bell, and that's something I'm more than open to doing as well. Jose Urquidy has settled in since a little bit of troubles in the first inning. He gets Samuel Lerma to pop out right there. Nico Hoerner is going to get flown out into left field to Bryce Harper, who has done very well in his return to the outfield this season for Cincinnati. As Brett Beatty now steps up on the 1-2, got the first hit of this game for New York, and he's going to bleed one to left as well, and it's going to get over the head of Bryce Harper. We've seen this before in this game where guys just don't lock onto their animation where they pick up the baseball, and I don't know why Brett Beatty didn't want to test that and go to third, but it's fine. Jazz Chisholm Jr. on the 3-2 will walk. First and second, 2 outs for Francisco Alvarez. Second time in this game, he's gotten this opportunity, and Alvarez will get flown out into left field to Bryce Harper. That ball is deep in the warning track, but Bryce has it. We go to the top of the fourth. TJ Friedl going to get blown away by a fastball. If he didn't have, you know, a really rough stretch heading into the All-Star break, I think he would have been an All-Star. Harper will get on with his second hit of the night, though, into right field as he will now look to swipe second base. Throw down by Alvarez. Harper's out. But yeah, Friedl was first place in the center field voting for the National League pretty much throughout the entire season. And then you get closer to the All-Star break when we went on that 5-game losing streak. Funny enough, when Spencer Steer did go down with injury, that's where TJ Friedl went from batting around .315 all the way down to .295. And I'm not against him not making the All-Star team as, oh my goodness, Ryan Clifford goes into deep right field. Urquidy has shut down this Mets lineup up until this point, but Clifford with the solo bomb into right field ties this game up at 1 run apiece. It'll be Clifford's 11th of the season. I'm not too mad though. Friedl didn't make the All-Star game. Lars Nootbaar 100% deserved the nod over him. Nootbaar went into the All-Star break batting .315, kind of where Friedl was before he went into a little bit of a slump going into the break. So not too mad about Friedl not making it. There is our All-Star though, and Will Benson lining one into the gap for a double. And now Spencer Steer grounds one to third, and Benson finds himself tied up in between third and second. So Benson is tagged out. Steer now at first will look to get that runner back in scoring position, and he will with the stolen bag. So Gallo now batting with a runner in scoring position. 3-2 pitch. Gallo is going to ground one though to the second baseman in the All-Star Nico Hoerner. 2 down, runner on third for Shea Langoliers, and Bangoliers hits one on the ground at 98 exit velo off the bat. But we now move to the bottom of the fifth after that ground out. Samuel Lerma comes up first here for New York. He will ground out to Joey Gallo. 1 gone for Nico Hoerner. On the 2-1 pitch, Urquidy deals. Hoerner will get flown out into center field to Friedl. And yeah, Urquidy's been so good this season. I mean, I think he was kind of overlooked at points last year. I understand he was the All-Star game starter as he's going to finally get Brett Beatty for the first time in this game looking on that curveball. But Hunter Green kind of took some of his shine being the Cy Young, but Urquidy was special last season as well as Ellie De La Cruz. Perfect into the opposite field to the left. 2-1 now the score after the solo home run by Ellie De La Cruz. The 3-time All-Star proving why he is exactly that. 408 feet again off the bat, 18th of the season for the franchise. Ellie De La Cruz gives the Reds the lead here at Citi Field in New York. But the Reds trying to add on. TJ Friedl going to hit one in the opposite field. That ball is going to go foul, and the play will be made out there by the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Bryce Harper's 2 for 2. He's going to hit that ball in left field, but again, Nimmo is there. Harper now 2 for 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th, though, with the lead. Urquidy pitching to Jazz Chisholm Jr., the former MLB The Show cover athlete, will get flown out to TJ Friedl in center field. We now have Francisco Alvarez, who has been very unclutch in this game. Alvarez will strike out looking on a fastball. He's 0 for 3. Brandon Nimmo on the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Urquidy on the fastball away. We will see if we see him for a 7th. But first up, Max Kranick pitching the top of the 7th for New York. He will get Kyle Tucker to pop out to a guy who I haven't mentioned so far tonight, the former MVP Paul Goldschmidt, now here in New York. Obviously, with Pete Alonso being the starting first baseman of the Diamondbacks, Goldschmidt, I guess, is his replacement for now. Spencer Steer strikes out, and yes, we will see Urquidy to start off the bottom of the 7th as he'll get Francisco Lindor to line out to Bryce Harper. Ryan Clifford, we've had problems with tonight, and Clifford does it again. Into deep center field, he will be on with a double, and that will call it for Urquidy tonight. In it comes the excellent reliever, Michael Kopech. Sub-3 ERA. He will see Paul Goldschmidt on the 2-2. Got him. Curveball down and away. Sam Lerma on the 1-2, ball on the ground. McLean to first. And the Reds hold on to that lead for now. Great job coming in relief for Michael Kopech, or Kopech coming in relief, I guess, for Urquidy. As Joey Gallo is going to get robbed of a hit. Nice diving play by the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Shea Langelier is going to fall victim of a slider. 2 down for Matt McLean. The second baseman will strike out as well. Kranick getting that slider going. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, no reason to pull Kopech here, as Nico Hoerner is going to get the luckiest of base hits, grounding one up the middle. He'll be on with a leadoff single. And now we go to the lefty, Garrett Crochet. Talking about excellence, man. .48 ERA. Both the former White Sox have been killing it for us. Crochet will get Brett Beatty to fly out of center field. This is another all-star snub. I understand, again, because Crochet hasn't pitched all that many innings, but my goodness, the ERA is that low. I wish the CPU would pitch him more, as we might get Jazz Chisholm to ground into a double play. We will. That will end the inning, going on to the top of the 9th. The Reds looking for some insurance as Elly De La Cruz blasts one to right field. That ball is going to be a one-hopper off the wall, as Elly's on with a leadoff double. Huge spot for De La Cruz, as now up will be TJ Friedel on the 2-2 pitch. Friedel, though, has been very neutralized so far tonight, as he will fly out into center field. We've got one out now for the 3 spot, Bryce Harper. 2 for 3 on the 1-1. Harper will, though, ground out to second. It will move De La Cruz over. Now a huge spot for Kyle Tucker. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for no more. Straight away center field. Kyle Tucker, it's out of here. See you later, Kyle Tucker. Way to show up. I mean, this is a guy who has struggled a lot, but 471 feet, a moonshot over the Big Apple in center. Oh my goodness, that might be the longest home run we have seen this series. As Will Benson says, we're not done this inning. Perfect into left center field. Trying to make this not a save situation any longer. Can Spencer Steer deliver? He will get popped out on that Ronaldo Lopez fastball, but now we give our closer Felix Bautista a 3-run cushion, and those stats on the screen kind of describe why I went closer in the first round. I mean, 3.31 ERA from Bautista. I don't know. The mound's been all right. He just really hasn't been the Baltimore Felix Bautista, but he will get Francisco Alvarez to strike out on a 102-mile-an-hour fastball. Brandon Nimmo grounds out to Joey Gallo. Bautista 1 out away. The batter is Francisco Lindor, and Lindor smokes one. Left center field, this game is not over. It will put the tying run in the on-deck circle as Ryan Clifford enters the box. He's got a double and a homer, and he's done it again. Ryan Clifford into right center field. This is a 1-run game. Oh, man. It will come down to Goldie on the 1-2 pitch. Bautista sets him down. Not the way we wanted to end this one, but the Reds do hold on thanks to effort throughout this entire game by Ryan Clifford. The guy drove in all 3 runs for New York tonight, but the Reds are victorious. They go back to 20 games over for the Mets now, 9 games under 500, and New York actually does out-hit Cincinnati by 1 run, 8-7, but again, the final score is all that matters. The Reds win this one by a score of 4-3 here on the road and in Queens here at Citi Field. So folks, thank you all for watching episode number 64 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. We are getting closer and closer back to the postseason here in 2027. But first, tomorrow, we will hit the trade deadline where we will find our 5th starter in the rotation. We will see what type of splash we do make. So folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.